Welcome back to another edition of the Ultimate Car 959 Top 30. Every single week we bring you some of your favorites. We've had a couple of interviews over the past 12 months, and in the comments, people have been asking for some people. I mean, some of the names I mentioned, and we're still talking to those people. But one of those, Tyler ICU, is one of the people we've been asking for. Finally have him in studio after he dropped his album, Banyana. So we'll get to that, right? Okay, Meauti?
I'm Nandwena.
All good, Meauti. So vele Austin Kulani Baloyi from Tembisa vele.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah?
That's me.
Like I said, we're going to profile you just a bit before getting into the brand new album, which is sounding too nice. I'm loving a couple of the songs there.
Thank you.
There's this lady. I don't know if it's, how do you say her name? But her name is Nkosi.
Sihle.
Yes, she's too nice. Dos as well, but we'll get to that, right?
Yeah.
Let's get to you. 1632, Buyavangara.
I come from Kaka, right next to Stama.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the midpoint, like the center of Tembisa. So, yeah.
And you're a versatile DJ, right? And you started very, very early.
Yes.
Apparently you started when you were 10.
Yeah.
And at that time you were inspired by Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Dre Mtata in fun.
My dad.
Yeah?
My dad is the biggest. Okay, he was biggest. He was one of the biggest collectors of music. Most of the music I know, like from way back, old age, is because of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every time he will play records, cassettes, all these things.
Yeah.
I was there listening with him.
In my time, there was cell phones that used polyphonic ringtones when I was still growing up, right?
Yeah.
And the still Dre beat.
Yeah.
It's something most of us were composing on the phone.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The first beat for you?
It was quite a beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did with my cousin, with this other guys we were working with called Amarong 10.
Yeah.
14 niggas.
14? Damn,
14 niggas. In one song.
Imagine. How long was that song?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was long. It was long,
Man,
to a
there's
point where other
14
people were
people.
just saying, yo, and then just... No, it was... Everybody was that good. It's just that the space was just small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You started at 10, right? And then at 15, that's when you were like, okay, now I'm doing this a bit professionally and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
What software are you using at the time, and how did you learn and get to the point where you feel I can do this professionally?
We're using Fruity Loops 3, but we upgraded for Fruity Loops 4, and then that's when we had like a lot of they had like demos in there that were like hip hop, R&B, and all that stuff. Because I remember there was one of the projects, Yaga Aliyah, that was Try Again, the one that they remixed and made it Sister Bettina. Yeah. So it was that. So I went through that project, and I learned that project like in and out.
Yeah.
To a point where I was able to remake that beat without listening to the song.
Okay.
Yeah. So then from there, I thought I was like, okay, it means I can really do this.
Yeah. Now, obviously, at 10, that age, man, 10 to 15, you're still at school.
Yeah.
You're busy with these beats.
Yes.
How do you balance that and being a normal kid, if I could call it that?
I was never a normal kid.
Yeah.
I was, because early age, I was more influenced about the people in the street because I didn't have a brother. It was just, I was the only kid.
Okay.
So I was more influenced about the people in the streets, and that kind of put a curve because mengihlala no gogo.
Sure.
Then my gogo saw, hey, lo mfana lo ngathi uphuma endleleni. So that's when my dad came into my life.
Okay.
And then when both my parents came into my life, that's when they were like, okay, just figure it out, listen to music, do this, stay at home, don't go outside, So that's how my life changed, and then I was able to just learn the music from my cousin, because my dad bought the computer for me. It's like, oh, now a computer, fana nabanye abantwana at least, So yeah.
Man, but so wenzani ugogo makabona ngathi uphuma endleleni?
I had most of my friends growing up were older than me.
Yeah.
And a kid from the hood, you just end up looking up to one bird person, and then you're like, oh, I'm on this banban, yes man, and then you're trying to be like them, and then Makoko can see it, hlala nabantu ababhemi cigarette, ababhemi nsango. It's like, this is not how I want you to be.
Did you go through that phase?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, it was not a
all
good.
right. 1632 boy, his name is Tyler ICU. We getting to know him. He's got a brand new album out. It's so hot. And it might drop. I listened to it and then I sent it to one of my boys in the group. Like, yes, it's my favorite. Tyler Peggy, right? And then a couple of days later, they were like, Keyez, Tyler's available. I'm like, stars are lining, man.
Yeah.
2016. Music ngathi waqala grand for you because you hooked up Nabo Vino and all of that, right?
Yes.
How did that happen?
We did a song with some of the guys I was with in high school. So we did a song, and one of the guys was Vino's brother.
Yeah.
So Vino heard the song from his brother, and I was like, oh, this guy is really good. I want to meet this guy.
Yeah.
And then he came the next day. He's like, let me listen to your stuff. And he listened to my stuff, and then from there on, he was like, I want to work with you. And then we started working, and then some other guy from the hood, Oprochusi House, came and was like, yo, I hear your name a lot on the streets.
Okay.
So there's this guy that I know. He's also good, but people don't know him. So I think we should go see him. And that was Mess Music.
Mess Music, yeah.
Yeah. So we went to meet Mess Music.
Yeah.
Found out that me and Mess grew up together. Like, we played everything together, but we've never, like, really communicated.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
All of our friends we're the same people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We Zlalumkuku song, but I didn't know the guy.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's how me and Mess got to know each other, and then I introduced him to Vino.
Yeah.
And then we started working, like the three of us in a Mkukwini and a garage. We had like 2 studios now.
Yeah.
It's either Mkukwini or a garage.
Yeah.
And then we did 3 albums together, and then we only dropped one that was with Pori, the Vino Miller one.
Yeah. You said Leautima, you introduced you Mess, said your name is all over the place in the streets. Right?
Yeah.
When we started, I mentioned both your real names.
Yes.
Tyler Isui Buyava.
It comes from primary and high school.
Yeah.
So in primary, there was this one girl in my class. It's like, no, you look like this guy who step up 2000. His name is Tyler, because that time is Shama brush card.
Sure.
And I was like, no, you look like that guy. She started calling me Tyler, and then I was like, okay, sharp. Other people are gaining into the name.
Yeah.
So I was Tyler, and then I had another name like right next to Tyler, but I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, come on, why not? Come on.
Yeah.
Who Tyler man?
So I was like, no, I had that one, and then we in high school when I was working with the guys that I was working with, because I was working like 15 to 14 guys.
Yeah.
And all of them were like separate artists, so I'd have like 14 people coming to studio every day, and we're producing hip-hop. And then he came, he's like, oh, have you noticed with your 808 your bass line is very, very hectic, it can literally put people to ICU, you should call yourself Tyler ICU. So then that's where I got the ICU from.
Yeah.
All
right. And then obviously you don't want to tell us about the other name, right? But it's all good. You mentioned 3 albums. You, Mess Music, and Vino working on it.
Yeah.
Only one got out via Pori, right?
Yes.
This was after hooking up with Pori.
Yes.
Right? I had Milo and Sleazy a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
To be honest, right?
Yeah.
And I've asked them how did they hook up with Pori, and they mentioned your name.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Tyler reached out and whatnot. Ne?
Yeah.
How did you hook up Nopori?
I hooked up with Nopori but when we did the albums, we dropped one song which was Hooker. When Hooker came out, it was like around all of the people in Ekasi, they were supporting us, because I already had a thing. So with Vino already knew a lot of people that were in the game, or Pretty Ugly, or Frank Casino, and some of the other people. So he sent those songs to those people. And then this one girl, I forgot her name. Really, I forgot her name. She's the one that took the songs to Pori.
Okay.
Because she was playing the songs to Pori every day until Pori was like, let these guys come through. So on the day that they were going through to Pori, I was going to work. I was working as a security guard.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I would love to go, but my family needs me, so I need to go to work. So
Yeah.
you guys can go, and then you'll tell me how it goes. If you need beats, anything, you let me know, and I'll send
What I have.
yeah, I'll send what I have from here.
Sure.
And then they went immediately when they arrived on that day. They told them that you guys are so good, you're not leaving. And they're like, no, there's one guy missing. It's like, who's this guy? It's like, I know, it's the one we work with him. And they're like, no, tell him to send beats. And then I sent like a couple of beats. And then I don't know how the EP of Black Boy came about, because I just sent a lot of beats, and then Pori listened to my beats, and then he took one of the beats and gave it to Lucas to record on, and that song made it in the Black Boy EP.
Yeah.
And then from there he called me. He's like, I wanna meet you.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna come, but I'm at work, you know.
Yeah.
Until one day when I was like really enough with work, I resigned the same day, and I had just arrived, and then he called me. He's like, yo, when are you coming through? I'm like, I can come right now.
Yeah.
And in Katukfigem 17, I'm like, I can come right now. And then I just resigned there.
Back when in Spanish.
I was just tired. Eh?
Yeah.
I was just tired. 9 to 5 was very tired.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, no, thing happened.
So now, obviously, the 9 to 5 was more of a security, secure job, if I could put it like that, because you said you care about your family and whatnot to provide a labor, all right?
Yeah.
With the music thing, Maphorisa, did you think, okay, now that Upur is in the picture, this thing might be stable, I might make it, or what happened? Or it matter of, some hard fallings or one up hambi?
No, it was a point where like what I was going through at the time, it was I was in a space where I was trying to find what I needed to do. And then while working that 9 to 5, I was like, sure, I get the money, but am I genuinely happy? So I was not really happy. I got into like straight depression. I went to sleep for a week, didn't go out, didn't see people. And then I was like,
So what depressed was panic pale?
Yeah.
Nothing else?
Nothing else.
How long were you in that job?
A year and 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And in that year and 3 months, at what point did you feel, nah, this is not working out? Because as when you start something, there's still a lot of excitement.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So you know, whatever.
Yeah. It was, I think it was month 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now they were like starting to move me a lot, because I was no longer in like one place. So I was like, they were moving me a lot, and I was like, hey, now it's starting to very, because most of the places they were moving me to, they were very dangerous places.
Yeah.
There were break-ins, a lot of break-ins, gunpoints, you know. So I was
I'm
like,
sure they show your stash and they're like, laying up a man.
yeah, but it's different when four guys come in and you're just the only guy. And it's like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, tall. Tyler ICU went from security guard all the way to being what he is right now. Was Visa at the time, money heist was a thing. We'll get to that as well, right? Now, obviously, so say Pori is like, because I know the same thing they told those other guys with Tansavai. Now, when you got there, you were told the same thing.
Yeah, calm down. You need to calm down.
And then when did it sink in? I go, man, I'm living my dream, because obviously hooking up with Mass and Vinyl, working together, there was something there, right?
Yeah.
And now you are working with Pori, one of the biggest names in the game.
Yeah.
Did it ever feel like, okay, maybe near somewhere?
It always felt like that.
Yeah.
I mean, every day when you're staying in Pori's house, every day there's an artist coming through, and it's some of the people you would have loved to work with, and you're like, oh, this person is here, and I'm getting to work with this person.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was always a dream come true, you know.
Ulala ninda.
Well, say what, 7 until 10.
3 hours nyana nje.
Yeah.
Because Melo and Sleaze figure ibati. I'm gonna go Pori for 4 weeks. Straight working, in and out, in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
So it's that hectic.
No, it is hectic. I mean, Pori is a businessman.
Sure.
You know, and he looks at it as like, I rather compete with myself on the charts than not be there at all. So Pori wants to have a lot of music outside, like just everywhere. Yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of music it is. He just wants to have the music out there. Yeah.
Because you also worked with Casper at some point. Good for that.
Yes.
Yeah. How did that happen?
Pori.
Yeah.
Pori called him to the house. They were working on like few songs. The one he did with Matumani, the Sesunga really. Yeah, and they had other songs also that didn't go out. But I was involved in almost all of them.
Yeah.
So for me it was like, okay.
For
I'm
sure.
moving.
Yeah.
I'm moving, Yeah.
Yeah, because you also did Black Forest, Little Eye.
Yes.
That was your early days, ne?
Yeah, that was my first day
Yeah.
going to Puri's house.
Yeah.
We did it the first day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did it feel? Day one already, you getting on to work.
It felt amazing, especially with Clyde, because with Clyde, it was one person I always wanted to work with because I listened to his music a lot.
Yeah.
And then when I got to meet him on the day that I was there, I was like, I have something for you straight, direct you.
Yeah.
Listen to this beat and tell me what you think.
Yeah.
He listened to it and then was like, I'm done writing, let's record. I'm
Yeah.
like, huh. He's like, yeah, let's go.
All right. Tyler ICU, multi-talented producer. Album out, sounding too nice. A couple of songs there that I'm really, really enjoying. We'll chat about that now, right?
Yeah.
Isn't those ziyarana manje? Black Boy Music is doing great things. Was it last year or the year before that? But I don't remember.
Yeah.
BET winner, Shasha.
Yes.
You were on that EP.
Yeah.
A couple of songs you produced. Tell me about those songs and how you got to them.
With Emma Zulwini, it was more of an experimental trait for me because when I got into Pori's house, a lot of the music that they were doing at the time, they were doing Gom, Afrobeat and hip hop. So I had never done Afrobeat.
Okay.
So that was my first Afrobeat beat that I've done for Shasha.
Yeah.
And it was a more of like, okay, I'm listening to what they're doing and I want to get my own space and I want to get my own feel of the sound. So I made that beat and then Shasha listened to it and she was like, I love this. It's very heavenly like. So I would want to do this song.
Yeah.
And that's why it's called Emazulwini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And then obviously things continue. Banyana started gaining momentum.
Yes.
Kabza comes through. Now
Yes.
it's Scorpion Kings. Scorpion Kings put out an album. And then there's Scorpion Kings Live.
Yes.
You own both those projects. You co-produced a couple of songs there. Which songs?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot, eh?
Yeah.
But when you're in Pori's house, you're involved in all the songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever that they're doing. If you put your hand on it, you're involved on the song.
Yeah.
So I'll say, 60 to 70% of Scorpion Kings at the time, besides the previous one,
Yeah.
I was involved in almost. The
So that's
songs.
Scorpion Kings Live.
The Scorpion Kings Live and Scorpion Kings Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emcimbini bekwenzakalani?
Yo, I don't know how Mass came up with that.
Yeah.
Mass and Amos, they started that song on their own.
Yeah.
I just came to listen. I helped them with the vocals. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a bang of a tune though, right?
very much.
Yeah. What's your favorite song actually on all those two projects? I mean, you're involved in a lot. But kumele kube nale one and I don't feel like I yazibona la mfana.
Which one?
Yeah.
Lerato.
Yeah.
Lerato kahari. Yeah, that was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was my first piano song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great memories with Tyler ICU, man. Obviously, a lot of people now know you as a piano producer, but
Yes.
you've done a lot, right? Ungaznish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that. Working with Riky Rick, and then obviously what happened to him. Did it affect you in any way? All of that.
Yeah. Well, the first song I've done with Ricky, it was with Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
What It Is, What's Up. So basically, even that song, it was just an experiment because I was learning piano at the time. And I was like, "Ay, let me see if the lock drum can come in."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had Mess come through to add a few things on the song also.
Yeah.
I think that's how it became a banger because of how me and Mess have like always worked together and we always find like the common ground of merging sounds together. So yeah, like we did What It Is, What's Up, and then Ricky Pepper took the song the day we just like finished recording, when we thought we were finished, because it was me, Pepper, Lucas Raps, and Cheng Cello. So we did that whole vibe, and then he took it to Ricky to play it for him, and then Ricky heard it, was like, okay, this is new. I haven't had anything like this.
Yeah.
I want to jump on this.
Yeah.
And then he jumped on the song, and then after a week, they're like, we're shooting a music video. Come for the music video. I'm like, why is this thing moving too fast? My life is moving too fast right now. So we did the music video. Everything came out very nicely, and then it was like, I want to work on more songs like that. I need you to come to my studio, and then we can like start recording some stuff.
Yeah.
And then we recorded What It Is, Ungaznishi, I think around December, before it dropped, because it dropped the next year. We recorded it in December, and then we were like, there's something, but we still need to change, because we're listening to piano is evolving, and it's like, okay, let's just give it some time, we'll come back to it. And then he called me one morning, he was like, where are you? I'm like, I'm at Port. He's like, I want to come and finish that song with you. That one we started, I listened to it, I know what it is that we need. And then when he came, he was like, we needed a hook.
Sure.
We just need Ungaznish. And you did Ungaznish, and then that's how the whole beat changed from how it was to what it is now. So yeah, that Ungaznish changed basically the whole song. And then after he asked me, he was like, who can we feature? And it's like, I'm like, you know what? There's Dali and Foka. I trust these two.
Sure.
So you can choose one between these two. I think he decided himself, and then he called Foka to come and record by his place. They went to record, and then he sent me the demo after. It's like, listen and tell me what you think. I was like, nah, this is it. No, keep this verse. This verse is the one. So he took it and ran with it.
All right. You mentioned something interesting, that you worked on a song in December, it dropped the following year. After recording the hook, the beat changed.
Yes.
Have you ever done a song and then you felt, hey man, this is pop, yo?
Yeah. Lavo, we did it early this year.
Lavo and Buyanin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lavo.
That's interesting.
We did it early this year.
Yeah.
If I play you the original, it sounds... Other people say the original sounds better than the one we dropped, but I felt like it needed a change. Like I needed it to sound different. Okay. So when I listened to that song the first time I did it, I was very happy. And then a few months down the line, which is like 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, I listened to it again. I was like, nah, it needs to change. And that's when I called Yams and Bongani. Bongani came and did the saxophone, and then Yams did the chords. So to just give it a different vibe. Yeah.
What was the original sounding like? That you felt, nah.
I didn't feel nah like it was bad. It was more of when I listened to it, and then I listened to Mlanjeni, they sounded a bit similar.
Okay.
So I was like, I don't want the songs to sound similar. I'm telling a story with my music, and I want my story to show change. I don't want it to seem like it's stuck in one place. So yeah.
The songs you're talking about are on the brand new album called Buyanini. We'll get to those in a bit. Let's in fact build up to that, right? Money Heist was a very popular Netflix series. A lot of people loving what the professor and his crew are doing there. Bella Ciao.
Yes.
What inspired that?
The girl I was dating at the time, she was watching a lot of Money Heist, and she will force me to watch it with her. So it's like, we are watching this thing together. I'm like, Bakulumi language, I understand. Like, okay, cool. Let's get the one in English. We got the one in English. We started watching together, and then with me, I'm a person. If I hear something and it gives me an idea to do something, I'm like, I want to do it. So the first song we did in Money Heist. It was the intro song. My Life Is Gone. So we did that song with Nicole, and then from there it was like, okay, how can I take this sound and make it like what it should be?
Yeah.
So we did the other songs, and then Puri posted the because he heard the intro song that we did, My Life Is Gone, and then Puri was like, people want this Bella Ciao thing. Can you do the Bella Ciao song? I'm like, yeah, we can do it. And then I called Nicole to come through, and then we recorded. She was finding hard to even understand the lyrics, but the thing took us like a whole day to just get the recordings done. And then from there, that's how Kabza came and was like, let's do this bass line. And Mess came and was like, okay, I have this chord progression, and then chord progression. Pori added a few stuff, and then that's how the song came together, basically.
And then when it blew up, how did you feel?
It was amazing, eh?
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was very amazing because I never thought I could get to that point, especially on like my first project.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Still sounding good, by the way. People still love that particular song, right?
Yeah, they do.
Just to fast forward a bit, you are now Tyler ICU now, who's now has got a hit song, Piano, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, your music changed and you learned log drums and all of that, right?
Yes.
And then there was that EP.
Yeah.
Banyana,
Yeah.
Talk to me about the 3 songs on that EP.
Me basically, I'm more influenced by love songs, and it's because of my dad, because he played a lot of R&B in the house, and the only time we'll listen to something that's different is when he's not there. Yeah, that's what we'll listen to Thomas Chow, Go Ben Mayenga, and all this stuff. But in most cases, he was playing R&B, your Genuines, your Aliyahs. So when that EP was happening, I was at a point where me and the girl that I was dating were fighting a lot. So that's why it's called Banyana. Me and the girl that we're dating, we're having a lot of fights. And then I called Pori and I'm like, I want to drop an EP. It's like, yeah, come through to the studio. And then I went to his house, and then I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do. And it's like, okay, get me the songs, let's listen to them and see how we're gonna go. And then I took all the songs that I've done so far, and then I played it for him. It was like, okay, I hear how this is, but I feel like you can do better than this. Start a new project and let's work together on it together. I'm like, okay, sharp. And then I told him, I'm like, I want to work with Cherryl. I was like, yeah, call him, tell him to come to studio. And then I called him. He came to the studio the same night while we were like starting to make beats, me and Pori. We had like 2 beats that we were already done. And then he arrived. And then the first song we did was Wami. Yeah, we did Wami. And then after Wami, we did another one called Asambi. But it's not on the project. Didn't make
it on the EP.
It was the taste of it. It was kind of a bit slow.
Okay,
you know, and the piano was changing into this more faster sound. So it was like, okay, nah, this one, let's just put it aside. And then we did Banyana. So how Banyana came about, Pori came, is like, okay, I've listened to the 2 songs we did already now. This is the same night. It's like, I want you to listen to La Mazela and then find something that we can sample from that, and then let's run with it. I went to the internet, I listened to the song. I was like, the bass line for me, it's the goal. So I sampled the bass line, went and I played it from scratch, played the bass line from scratch, and then I started adding a beat on it. And then Dali heard it. He was like, oh, if it can go like this and like this and like this. And then he started singing and singing and singing. It makes the process more easier when you like making the beat, and then the artist is singing. Singing over the beat. So you're like, okay, this is where I'm going. This is how we're gonna change the song. Then Cherryl hears what Dali is doing, and Dali's like, let me record. Let's see how we get it. And then he recorded the first part, the Singane Zitwele. That was Dali. He recorded that, and then he was like, my voice is a bit squeaky. Let me think your pussy, young boy. He went to drink tea, and then Cherryl was like, let me record what he already started.
Yeah.
And then he recorded what Dali had already started, and then he edited after that. And then Dali heard it, was like, oh, this thing now is really moving. It's really moving. That's when he comes back. It's like, I want to talk about Alexander.
Yeah.
And then he came up with that. He edited on that. And then Pori came down and was like, okay, it's a movie now. Let me sit down. Let me add.
Yeah.
And then sits down. He adds. Press. I'm like, okay, the song is done. Like the song is done, and then everybody goes to sleep. Wake up in the morning, the first person who's listening to the song is Dali. Stay. It's on the live.
Yeah. And
it was like, okay, all of us joined the live. Like, okay, we're joining Dali's live. That's how the song boomed. It was Dali's live.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, okay.
Gong, 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 gong.
Yeah. Visca.
Yeah.
Visca came up with that bass line.
Yeah.
Yeah. First time when you played it.
Yeah.
It was just a normal beat. Like when he did it the first time, it was just a normal beat. And then Pori came. It was like, open up the project that you did yesterday. And then he opened up that project, and then Pori started adding on it, and I came through. I added a few stuff. And then later that night, Ompura came. Now it was like a lot of people there. It's just vibing and doing a lot of different songs.
Yeah.
And then Pori's like, open up that project we did earlier.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, open up that project we did earlier.
Yeah.
Dali hears it. It's like he's hearing it for the first time.
Yeah.
He's the one who first to rush. Like, I want to record this.
Yeah.
And then it just became smooth sailing from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 songs come out. The country's loving them. With Money Heist, you felt, okay, this is me now, right?
Yeah.
How was the feeling now with this one?
Yeah, this one basically like literally changed my life.
Yeah.
Because with Money Heist, I felt like I was still learning because I didn't know a lot of things of, like, especially when it comes to PR. Like you have to dress a certain way, you have to meet people, speak to people.
Yeah.
Because I've always been an introvert person.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, I missed my chance with Bella Ciao.
Yeah.
That a lot of people didn't know I was on the song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when that project came out, a lot of people were like, okay, who's really this guy? Who's this guy?
Yeah.
And then when they went and checked my catalog, this one's like, oh, this guy's in this guy's in this.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy means it's really good. We didn't know this guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, just basically changed my whole life. A lot of people knew me from that project.
His name is Tyler ICU. We getting to know him as we build up to his brand new album, Buyanini, dropped last week, sounding very, very good, right? Now, obviously, after meeting Pori, like you were saying, at some point, there's too many people coming in and out, you know, Sninini, Abumpura, Cherryl. You meet all these people, right? And you are now the Tyler ICU, the producer that everybody wants to work with, right?
Yeah.
I saw somewhere you were talking about the importance of relationships in the industry.
Yes.
How important is that, and how are you maintaining it? Because sometimes people come at Pori, you know, and that would obviously bleed into the people he works with. Because obviously people would make assumptions about how you guys work at Black Boy and all of that. How is it important for you, for relationships wise, and when all of these negative things happen?
I do my best to stay away from like a lot of people, really.
Yeah.
You know, as much as I meet people and we become friends, I don't want to stay in your space for too long to a point now you feel uncomfortable with my presence. Yeah. Yeah. So most of the times I'm always in my own space. So the way I keep my relationships going is giving people space.
Yeah.
I give people space, and I don't try to step on anybody. I don't try to fight even with anybody. If you have a problem, I address you straight. I come to you. I don't wanna be on blogs or whatever. I even tell you, if you have a problem, tell me. Skulumi.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Buyani, let's get into it.
Yes.
The name of the album. What inspired that? Before we break down some of the songs.
There was a song that was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And it didn't make it on the album because of the family felt like they wanna drop the song themselves.
Who's the family?
Ricky's family.
Okay.
Yeah, because the song, the album is inspired by that one particular song we did together, and it's called Buyanini. Where there's Zadok, the son, Calvin Momo, Mess Music, and I. Yeah, those were the people involved in that song.
Yeah.
So when we did that song, we finished it, and then I listened to all the other songs I had on the catalog already. I felt like, okay, the song, it can be the lead singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my manager Nigel listened to it. It's like, oh, this song should be number one. The way it's a very touching song to a lot of people that had the leak song. They were very like blown up about it. And when it came to dropping the album a few weeks ago, I took it off the album before the family said no.
Okay.
So I took it off the album. I felt like the story has changed. I'm no longer in the space that I was when I was making the album. I'm in a space where it's like my life has changed because of these events, and they're all in the songs. So I took it off the album, and Senyuga was always number one. So when Nigel came, he's like, why did you take off the song from the album? I'm like, I felt like it's not longer adding up to the album. He was like, no, put it back inside the album. We put it back inside the album, and then we sent it to the management to approve to upload it on all distribution. And Tuli called Ricky's wife, Bianca, and she was like, we heard the song, we love the song. We as a family, before like this song should be dropped by us in contribution of the fact that he has worked with Tyler and Mance, and he has influenced both their lives.
Yeah.
And me, when Tuli told me, I just said straight, I'm like, I have no problem with it. They can take the song, they can keep the song.
Yeah.
So for me, I was already okay from the jump, because I already removed it myself before it was added back again.
Added back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
things were working out the way you wanted them to anyway.
Yeah.
Because initially that's what you wanted.
Yes, initially that's how I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted the album to be, because the story had changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shlenkosi.
Yeah, Sihle.
Sihle. Umtatapi.
Sihle sent me a video.
Yeah.
A year ago. She sent me a video, I think right when Stana was starting to pop. And she sent me a video of herself recording in the studio. I'm like, yo, you're very good. But at that point, she was sounding more like Stana.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, but you sound like Stana, and I can always get Stana.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
it's not adding up.
Yeah.
You know? I told her, I'm like, send me more stuff, I'll listen, and then I'll get back to you. Then she never sent anything after that. She just kept quiet.
Yeah.
And then Melo and Sleazy they started doing songs with her. And then I heard the songs. I was like, okay, sharp. There's a change now. And I let it slide.
Yeah.
And then she went and did the song with Musa Keys. I was like, okay, if you're able to do this, then definitely
This is
we
the
can
vibe
work
you want,
together. Yeah, because this is what I want.
Yeah.
I'm more of a mellow person, more like okay, sharp, like shy scoop, mara.
Sure.
I like my mellow
Personally,
side.
you want your-
Yeah, I like my
Yeah.
mellow side.
Yeah.
And then I called her. I'm like, yo, we started speaking on Instagram,
Yeah.
and then I got the numbers, and then I called them like, what are you doing on this day? Can you come to studio? She came to studio, and Dos was already there. I was with Dos for a whole 3 days.
Yeah.
Just chilling, working together. We did like 4 or 5 songs together. Yeah. So she came, she started recording. She did 3 songs. And then the last one, I left them recording because I had a gig.
Yeah.
So I went to a gig, and then they were recording with one of the guys I work with, Kitty on a beat. They were recording, and then I came back. I listened to the song. I'm like, in all the 3 songs you've done, there's something missing, and I wanna do this one with you. I don't want anybody in the studio.
Okay.
We kicked everybody out the studio. It was just me and her.
Yeah.
And that's how we did Senyuga.
Yeah. Senyuga, by the way, is track 1 on Buyani, the album by Tyler ICU, dropped 24th of August, right? You mentioned Dos.
Yes.
Ntonti, I'm a million, right?
Yes.
On Ntonti talks about Inhliziyo Vuzukazi, and then I'm a million, Kokwa Vuliminyang, and all of that.
Yes.
This happened all in that 3 days.
Me and Dos have always shared our mental states of mind and like where we're going.
Yeah.
You know. So with Amamillion, he knows. I told him that Makoko played a big role in my life.
Sure.
Like she taught me respect, how to treat people, how I'm always welcoming is because I got it from Makoko.
Sure.
So it's like, yeah, I also learned some of my traits from Makoko.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how that Makoko comes in
in
the song.
Yeah. All right. And then on Ntonti, because he keeps on saying Buntle, angazi kwenzakala.
Oh yeah, it was that one is it was in the space of in a relationship there's a person Ogoti in a relationship, one of them is more stubborn than the other. So this person is like, I'm feeling like I don't know, how do you love me after all these things that I'm doing bad to you? You understand?
Okay.
Yeah. How do you keep loving me?
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
So Dos comes in and represents saying, I'm hurt, but I'm still here. I'm not gonna go anywhere.
For sure.
Yeah. I'm hurt, but I'm still here.
Yeah.
I feel like we can work it out together.
All right.
Yeah.
We spoke about Lavo earlier on. The beat changed and all of that because you felt it sounded similar to the other song that is quite popular from what I've seen on social media.
Yes.
Mlanjeni.
Yes.
Kwenzakalani lapho?
Mlanjeni, it's the inspiration of that song came after 6 songs that I was doing with Kylie. She recorded like 6 songs.
Yeah.
And I still felt like they were not coming out the one, you know?
Yeah.
And we just took a turn and was like, okay, let's tap in your emotional side. So this is the story. Tell us your story.
Yeah.
And that's how she came with Mlanjeni.
Yeah.
Yeah. Asked her to tell her own story about what she's going through in her relationship. So
A couple of weeks ago, I had Dinky Kunen in studio, right? And
Yes.
she's obviously a girl from Ennerdale in the south, a colored area and whatnot. And she told me straight up that I'm so good at singing like different languages. You know?
Yes.
And then I hear on your project, Shashko Sada.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
We did 2 songs. She came in late. That's the reason we did 2 songs. Because usually I want to do a lot of songs with an artist. So with the first one we did, she was singing in Portuguese. No, it was not Portuguese. It was Italian. We did that song. It was nice. I love that song more than the one that's on the album.
Yeah.
So when she recorded that one, it was more mellow.
Yeah.
I liked it, and I was like, I'll see this one, but I'm taking this one into the album, the Italian one, you know. And I had Nicole also to come in and add in to just have that Money Heist flavor in it.
Yeah.
But a few months down the line, I listened to that song again. I felt like, I felt like it was the sound was more popular. It was not something unique.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then I revisited the Tande song.
Yeah.
And then I listened to it. I was like, I can change the beat.
Yeah.
I changed the beat. I changed the beat, and yeah,
Worked out.
Yeah, it worked out.
Because it sounds very nice, actually.
Yeah, it worked for the better.
And in that song, she also talks about she basically wants to buy a mama house, make it proud, and whatnot. Is it anything that reflects on you?
Yeah, it's in a story where it's like, I want to buy all these things, but just because I'm in a relationship with this person, they hold me back.
Okay.
Understand? Uthando lagama will never hold you back. That's why it's like, ngithandi ngalendlela uma wami angithanda ngayo. Yeah. Let me do mistakes, but I want you to stay. Keep loving me.
12 tracks on Banyana.
Yes.
Khona ingoma bathi E1.
Yes.
E1 Stameta.
Yeah.
Alapha yafiwa la. MFR babuya phi?
MFR, we always been talking about it. We were mostly only just talking via gigs like slangani, ekiki, show machita and kren, okay, ndlala skat bana, so dlala nini, okay, sharp, and then we just chill and anyone can start playing and whatever. Okay. And then Force Instagram me is like, yo, I heard what you're doing. Can I send you a project and then you work on it? Send me the project. After 3 days, I listened to it. I came back, I listened to it. I think I listened to it for like 4 days straight. And that's when I decided to like, okay. Yeah, because I don't want to touch the song and then it still feels like I didn't do anything.
Sure.
Yeah. I want to touch it and then you're like, okay, see what you edit. You understand? We can hear it. Yeah, I don't want it to be something that you can just pass and like, Tyler next. Like, let's not even put his name on it. Yeah.
Ladies and gents, his name is Tyler ICU. Somebody who's very shy, but I think you did well. How do you feel now?
I don't know. I really don't know.
You need to do a lot more of these, my guy.
Ish.
Poor man,
Ish.
You don't like talking, man. How do we follow you on the socials, bro?
Everywhere it's just Tyler ICU.
Yeah,
just one word, Tyler ICU.
Tyler ICU.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming through. Check out his album. It's called Banyana and it's sounding really dope. 12 tracks on there. You're gonna enjoy every single bit of it.